up some stocks that might be stock split candidates for next year. Some that I had thought of were Meta, Netflix, Tesla, Broadcom, and Eli Lilly. Any that I didn't mention that you think will split? And then maybe if you just want to quickly talk about, your opinion on stock splits, if they're actually bullish or not for a stock.
Oh, it's definitely bullish. I mean, but it shouldn't be. It's really funny, especially with fractional shares. They're it's completely not needed. For a while, like it was, right? Because there's some investors that, and this is an extreme example, some investors I see posts online will be like, what's the best stock under $10, right? Because they just want to see that they own a lot of shares of something, which is just like a silly retail like thing. Because like at the end of the day, a stock that's trading at $800 a share, the percent it moves is going to be the percent you gain, however many shares you have, right? So it's a psychological thing. It works to retail because when more people that perception, more people buy it, lead up. So it actually works. More people do buy a stock for that, but it shouldn't be the case. And you shouldn't think like that. You should think what stock I can make the biggest percentage gain on, because your money is your money. And with fractional shares, you should toss out that noise. Broadcom traditionally is not a stock that gets retail interest. But with this AI buzz, it is. So that's a very, very, I'd say that's by far the strongest candidate. Similarly with Eli Lilly, there's a lot of buzz, I'd say, with especially anything that has like a GLP drug that became more, but we liked Eli Lilly even before that drug came out, but because we think they're well managed and they do good R&D. The other thing that you didn't mention is ASML. I think that's another chip stock that's, trading pretty high, that hasn't split, that is like, it's like even Matt mentioned it. It's a stock that has retail attention, retail interest. Another one that I didn't say, but I think absolutely with this run, or that you didn't say, that's a little more out there. It's a riskier pick, Palantir. I think if it's over 100, it keeps running. I could easily see it pulling back, right? Wanting to be at that $10 level. Those are my big candidates.
All right, so pin that, everybody watching. We'll come back to it in 2025. We have a question, though, from Apple Moose. A friend of mine is an options trader, and he says I should start option trading, too. He wants to teach me. Is this good advice?
Not generally, no. But, I'm of two minds of this. It's good to learn how to, have as many options, or just tools in your toolkit to move risk, right? It's good to learn, but I wouldn't feel any pressure to act. Right? I think that's the big difference. I honestly think most people should be paper trading options for a good year before they ever try to do anything. So I think if you're committed to actually learn, have it be a good process. But I think if you're going to take a few, lessons and then, jump in, and sure, if you want to jump in with small amounts of money for you, I'm talking about less than 5% of your portfolio, go for it. Take your lumps. The best way to learn is with real money. But if you are taking a few lessons from him, learning sessions, and thinking that you want to put in, any kind of portion above 5% to start, learning, getting your feet wet, that is a mistake in my opinion.
And another one from Leonardo. What's the time frame on your growth stock picks? And then he mentions Checkpoint Therapeutics, which you bought 110. When do you look to take profit?
Just as a general, taking gains is very personal. We were kind of talking about that at the beginning in terms of, what to suggest. What I personally like to do, I personally like to start, if something's up 50%, just as a general rule, I like to take out about half of my position, right? Just lock in that profit, lock in that gain. Then, also I would say as a general rule, if you get higher than that, certainly 100%, I definitely want to take out maybe another 25% of the original, 50% of the current, right? But there's some people I know that start taking profits at 20%, right? The other thing that I would say is, for me, it's very signal driven. If I see net option sentiment climbing, staying at the same levels, I'll keep holding. I'll maybe even take less profit. We're very much just in or out, right? With single positions that we're paper trading. But that part is personal. I would lean on net option sentiment, but it's never a bad idea, irrespective of how good the signal is, to just, take a portion of your position and start taking profits on it.